In 2020, a bunch of people tried to prove that there was some shenanigans during the election. One of the lies that was told to try to prove the general lie that shenanigans happened was to create more lies. In this case, we're talking about Frankfurt, Germany, raid by some military. It changed every time somebody told the story. And it was supposed to be on a location owned by or run by SCYTL that had already gone out of business, effectively. There isn't any leaked footage. It is not something that happened. And when people like me pointed out that there literally was no record of this happening, even a person reporting it as a citizen reporter, we got yelled at and I even got flagged for it because telling the truth is, of course, not acceptable. Anyway, this was December 5th, 2020, raid on SCYTL in Frankfurt, leaked footage. Now, we're going to point out a couple of things on the screen. Number one, these three things are flares that are falling slowly but at different rates. This is a smoke trail from one, so it's moving from the upper right-hand corner towards the lower left corner of our screen on the video. The other thing to notice is that as fire, bullets or tracers going through the air, there's a long dash here, and then there's 2 or 3 dashes here, depending on whether it's between frames. And then we have 5 lights here. 4 of them are evenly spaced, and then we have one that's suspiciously close to the second one here. There's obviously more off to the side because someone did a deceptive cropping of this video. Obviously, if you read the title, it's actually Knob Creek Night Shoot 2017, April 10th, and it's specifically a video upload by Derek Knoll at the 1 minute and 45 second mark that matches this part of the video at 32 seconds. Now let's look at the next video that also is a plagiarization. Now this one is so low res that you would almost not be able to confirm it. It has generally the same information in it. This one's labeled U.S. Army Special Forces Raid and Secure Facility, Frankfurt, Germany. And this is Underground Railroad, and it uses the QAnon symbol or symbology or memeage. So let's move on to, and no, it wasn't the DOD or Special Forces or whatever. So let's go on to the next. This is the actual night shoot. There's our 4 lights with one really close to it. Here are our 3 flares with 1 trail coming off. And here's that dash with, let's say, 2 or 3 up here. Now I'm going to animate this forward and back, and hopefully YouTube doesn't do its level best to screw this up, even though it's done it probably 3 times now for me trying to make this video. So we'll go back, if it'll do it, 1 notch. Okay, you see the long line, and we have 2 stripes up front. When we go forward, the 3rd stripe effectively is actually a fire in the background, so I made a mistake about that. The first 2 shots go through, and in this frame it should bounce off of something like that. Okay, and we have the last stripe going just past what would be a spool. If you're not aware of it, these are electrical spools, the big ones. Let's go back to the other video. And again, we'll hope YouTube doesn't crash. It'll try. We see the 3 tracers actually really are 3 tracers, and then this line back here. From the same position, go forward 1 notch. We see the bounce happening a little faster here. And we can see barely, because this won't let me get rid of these numbers, there's the 2 spools. When we go forward, this one is so low resolution that I have to refer to this one to get it correct. But let's see if I can get this correct. And somebody decided to add lots of glitching and artifacting to it using, After Effects or something, so that it'd be harder to find the source. It is not done under any other conditions other than to make it harder to track down the source. So let's back it up 1 notch. There's our trace. There's the next trace, and we see the flash, and we can see that going up in the air. So let's go forward. Go forward, if it'll let me, 1 notch, or will it crash? There we go, up in the air, and that goes back down, if it ever gets around to it, like that. If I go back again, boink, boink. Go forward, boink, long boink. Okay, go here, boink. You notice how slow YouTube is? That's intentional. Just saying. And then we go to the next one, which is another copy. Go boink and a boink on this one. Should work. That doesn't mean it will. There we go. So they are absolutely the same recordings. I'll back it up to the original position that they had, if it ever decides to do it. So we have our recording there. Let's go forward 1 notch. Yeah, and it does this sort of thing. Someone added these in to make it harder to view, so you'll be more emotionally invested in trying to solve it. This one, the person took absolutely a perfectly clean video and just screwed it up as much as they could. One of the techniques to cause this effect is to point a camera at a computer screen or TV set and record. I should point out that I debunked a UFO video because I could figure out, along with a bunch of other people, that the person was moving closer to or further away from a TV set, and we just started to say, wait a minute, that has to be something weird going on. And then someone noticed, hey, wait a minute, you can almost see the lower right-hand corner where it says Wikipedia Commons. It was a static photo someone did little bullshit animations on. And that was supposed to affirm Christians' belief in angels. If you're a person who has a belief system, or you're part of a culture that has a belief system that is extremely dependent on trying to prove things that are literally not true and cannot be, that are impossible in any way to happen in the real world, and someone exploits you and fools you, that's just kind of what goes with it. And I'm sorry. But you don't have to be a victim of this stuff. You can decide that you do not want to be a victim of this sort of crap. You can choose, if you want to never be a victim again. And the way you do that is you decide that if someone's telling you what you want to hear, you should assume, at least sometimes, that you may be getting lied to. I'm going to line up all of these literally on purpose, exactly the way it's supposed to be, just because I think that's a good idea. They're all lined up the same way, the exact moment. Someone downloaded a video off this channel from April 10th, 2017, and plagiarized it. I won't. The person who uploaded it was Derek Knoll. It's a Knob Creek machine gun shoot, 2017, America. And it's something they do every year. And a few people obviously figured this out. Everybody who re-uploaded this and tried to prove to you that there was a raid on the SCYTL location in Frankfurt, or wherever they're saying, sometimes they even change it with country or city, every one of those people that did that did it for only one reason, so that you would keep believing what you wanted to. The rest of us looked at it and said, I bet I know what that is. And if anybody's curious, this took me around 30 minutes to find the exact frame, the exact video, and probably, but not necessarily, the exact upload that was stolen. And the only reason I can confirm these two is because they both have either low resolution information that matches perfectly with the full screen, like this one, or they have a really good close-up because they didn't bother blurring it enough that I can match with the previous screen if I just notch it one more notch ahead. So, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. And yeah, if you believed it, you were fooled. You were being lied to. And that's just kind of what happens. Goodbye.